What's up, guys? UFC 328 was last night. Let me tell you what I saw. So, first of all, great card. First fight on the card was Jeremy Stephens versus Bobby Green. And great performance by Bobby Green. First round submission, rear naked choke, and just looked dominant in the fight. Not a lot to talk about. Both older guys ending their career, slowly coming to a close on their career, and Bobby Green got the win. Next up was Sean Brady versus Joaquin Buckley. This fight here was really good as far as grappling and as far as control and what the way grapplers should strive to be. The level of top pressure that Sean Brady had was very impressive. He's an American grappler, obviously he's from America, but this is similar to how the Russians do stuff. The Russians aren't just good at grappling, they're good at top control. I mean, they're not just good at wrestling, they're good at top control. There's a lot of American wrestlers that are really good at wrestling, but they don't have that black belt level top control where they can hold people down. Sean Brady has both. But to go back to it, the Russians, a lot of them have both. They have the ability to take people down. They also have the ability to control them. And not a lot of American wrestlers at the UFC level seem to have that as good as Sean Brady does. Sean Brady, phenomenal performance, great wrestler, and great top control. Really showed how to hold someone down and keep them in dominant positions and just ride them out. And really, there was nothing Buckley could do. So props to Brady. Next up was Alexander Volkov and Waldo Cortez Acosta. So pretty typical heavyweight fight, low volume. There was a lot of long strikes from Volkov, a lot of long strikes, a lot of leg kicks, a lot of straight punches. Fought like a 6'7" guy should do. It was a very close fight, but good win for him. Wasn't super exciting or anything like that, honestly, but good performance for him. He was smart and did what he needed to do to get the win. Next up, the co-main event, Joshua Van versus, forgive me if I butcher this name, Tatsuro, oh my goodness, Taira is his last name, the Japanese guy. I'm going to say Taira. So, great performance. Taira's grappling looked phenomenal. Looked great. Phenomenal grappling. Great top control. Just was really good. Van did a really good job of escaping the mount. Got mounted a couple times. Did a good earthquake mount escape to butterflies. I actually teach this a lot in my classes to my students on how to get out of the mount using the earthquake escape and then going to the butterflies. And that's kind of what Van kept doing over and over, and it worked for him. And was touching him up on the feet, was landing some good shots and everything, and then Van just turned it on. The last round, the last couple rounds, he started landing a lot of volume, a lot of power, started busting him up really bad, and I felt bad for Taira because I know that he didn't want he wanted to keep fighting. He wanted to go out on a shield. I'm not sure. I don't want to say it was an early stoppage, because I don't think he was going to recover, but I think he should have had the opportunity to go out on a shield for sure. It's a world title fight. You can't stop a world title fight when a guy is willing to fight. So, I mean, that sounds bad, I guess, but that's what he wanted. He wanted to go out on a shield or to be able to turn it around. At this level, I mean, it's world class. It's world class, world champion in the UFC, world championship fight. Should have let him go out on a shield, but props to Van because he did good, and I don't think that them allowing the fight to continue would have changed anything, but props to Van for sure. Next up, main event, Strickland versus Chimaev. USA, baby, America. Great performance by Sean Strickland. Great performance by Chimaev. It's a world title fight, Chimaev looked very good early on, as expected, and Strickland was doing a lot of stuff on the feet that is really oftentimes perceived as bad technique and just wrong and not smart to do. It was funny watching it because he's so effective at it. They're both mostly right-handed. Chimaev switched stances a little bit, but for the most part, he was mostly being orthodox. And Sean Strickland was walking right towards his power, he was circling to the right, to Chimaev's right, towards his Strickland's left, towards Chimaev's right hand power shots, and just out jabbing him, beating him to the punch. And I'm actually going to I actually shot a separate video on this with my students today, and I will post the video about why Strickland's jab is so effective and what he did that was so effective to land first and to stop Chimaev's right hand for the most part. But Chimaev gassed out. See, I don't even want to say he gassed out necessarily too bad. I think he got hurt. The second round, he got hit with the right hand and he wobbled. And he did a good job. He tried to bob and weave and he tried to move a little bit and and throw some feints and act like like play it off. But from what I saw, it looked like he got hurt. I need to go back and watch it again, but it looked like he got hurt with that right hand. And that's when he ended up going for the takedown and then basically pulling guard when Strickland stopped it. And then from there, it was Strickland, landing a bunch of jabs and landing some right hands. And really all Strickland did the whole fight was 1-2s and 3s. But he's so effective at what he does. You don't need a million weapons, guys. You just need to be effective at these weapons, and he's so effective at them. So amazing performance from him, for sure. And I don't think I saw some people saying, oh, Chimaev got robbed. It was, he didn't get robbed. He did. It was close. It was for sure close, but he did no damage on the ground. He controlled the ground for a couple of rounds for sure, but he did no damage. He didn't really almost finish Strickland. He had Strickland's back the majority of the first round, and Strickland did a good job, fighting the hands, trapping the arms in, not even really getting hit much, and just avoiding the rear naked chokes for the first round. And then the second round, Strickland actually did more damage on the ground even because he landed more strikes on top. They weren't big damaging knockout strikes or anything like that, but they were big enough that he was that he was able to keep him down and control him, and plus he already hurt him from the right hand. And then Chimaev, and then Strickland just started throwing volume. He started throwing volume, started landing, circling right into the right hand, which is crazy strategy, but made it work. A lot of double jabs, a lot of snaps. I teach this a lot for my guys where Strickland's here, he fakes out and goes in. I call it out and in. I tell my students out and in. He'll fake out, he'll go in. And he was doing that with the jab where he fakes out and then he goes in, and it was over and over. He probably landed 30 jabs like that. And the reason why I say there's no way Chimaev got robbed is because Strickland outstruck him by like 40 strikes. It was like 95 or something strikes to like 133. So Chimaev landed some of the harder shots. He landed some good kicks. He landed way more kicks. Strickland basically hardly threw a kick at all besides the front kick. And Chimaev maybe landed some more power shots than him, not a ton more, but Strickland landed a decent amount of right hands as well. But it wasn't no robbery, guys, for sure, because Strickland outlanded him by 40 strikes. So that does matter too, especially in the grappling when there's no real damage being done. So amazing card, exciting to see what's in the future for both these guys. Who Strickland's going to fight next and who Chimaev is going to fight next. So we'll see how it goes. Amazing card. Excited for the next one. If you're new to martial arts and you're looking for a gym in your area, get my book, The Ultimate Guide to Choose Your Martial Arts School Instructor. Link is in the description. And if you have any other subjects you'd like me to talk about, just leave a comment below. Thank you, guys.